Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wade and Carter Show. Ash Brent live from the Atzenhofer studio in beautiful downtown Victoria. Whew, chilly morning here.
Man, you
as
ain't
we
kidding.
survived the winter storm.
You're not exaggerating.
Colder than yesterday morning, that's for sure. Scott Tomko, Randy Langston, Mark Kurtz on the podium this morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to everybody on YouTube and Magic and Facebook and the No Bull Network. If you're online, like and share, subscribe, follow us, help us grow this program so that more of y'all can listen to more of us all.
So, question for you. When you're
Yes.
dealing with weather, is it the clear days that are the coldest because overcast traps the heat of the city? Is
That's
that
my
correct?
understanding.
Well, it's 23 degrees under clear skies in Victoria, Texas. But they say the low today is going to be 22, which has already happened. The high today of only 49.
Yeah.
So
If you're leaving this morning, give yourself a little extra time. Start the car. Don't go pour hot water on your windshield and your windows. That'll crack it.
there was frost on my hood this morning. I do have that remote start, and I started it. And when I got in, I was fine. But I got to give this. I bought the Raptor at Atzenhofer. And by the way, welcome to the Atzenhofer studio. It's here. You see it every day, but we're thrilled to have the partnership we do with just South Texas' most important dealership, a South Texas tradition for over 100 years.
Yeah, since 1926, they've been selling cars like candy bars.
But it is interesting how, like, we all just take this stuff for granted. But I hit, lock, and then I push a button twice, and the Raptor starts. But when it starts, the computer in the vehicle reads the temperature outside and adjusts accordingly. So when I get in, my steering wheel heater is on, my seats are heated.
Nice.
And the AC is appropriate, just as in the summer, if I get in and do the same thing, the AC will be, blowing cold air. It's pretty trick. Atzenhofer's got a huge array of vehicles on the lot today for you. They have all types of vehicles.
That's where you got the Raptor.
Yeah, absolutely. And I bought a pre-owned vehicle from them and have been thrilled with it. And my sales guy, Albert, still calls. He called me in September. Happy birthday.
Nice.
He called to ask me on the anniversary of the purchase, hey, is the car doing well? And obviously, yes, that's a formula. That's a service model. That's what they do. But hats off to Atzenhofer for taking that level of care with their customers. So, Deerland Feed weather, 23 degrees, heading to a high of 49 under mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, 31 for the low, 35, 38, 30 on Saturday, 25 on Sunday.
These are the lows or the highs?
These are the lows. It's not Canada. Did you see the other day where a guy, I sent it to you, he made a proposal that we would give Canada Minnesota in exchange for Alberta.
Yeah. I think most of Albertans, Jarrett McCrugan, if you're in, my cousin, he'd probably be all for it.
He goes, yeah, we would take Alberta. He goes, they've got people like us in oil, lots of oil. We would take them and give Canada,
give them the people
Minnesota.
Like that. Yeah.
I still don't.
Funky Trey Molina, Bobby Leister, Jordan Glass, Kathleen Leiniger, Mark Zapata, Linda Christ, Rena Scherer, Patrick Strauss, Vance Riley, Cody Bauman, Monty
Thanks,
Howard.
Cody. We've probably spent enough time talking about the tragedy in
Good morning, Marina.
Minnesota. I saw an AI-generated video yesterday. Hi, Mom, where a guy said, you see this guy, it's an AI-generated deal. It's that Alex Preddy.
Yep.
And he comes up and he bumps into the ICE agent. And the ICE agent goes, hey, look, I'm going to need you to get over here on the curb. I'm in the middle of making an arrest here. And the guy goes, "Oh, yes, sir, officer, excuse me." And he goes and stands against the wall. That guy is still alive. That guy's still alive. If you decide that your level of protest, your anxiety over our current legal system causes you to interject yourself into an active police situation, I just don't feel certainly no guilt.
Reportedly with no ID.
I feel no guilt for your death. I think that you're an idiot. That's just it. If you're willing to die to make that statement,
Yeah.
then I don't have a problem with ICE helping you, stretch your limits.
Can we all agree? Citizens have no business getting involved in legal law enforcement operations.
Well,
there's
that's
nothing
what happened
there's
in Germany, 1939. That's the Jews were all being rounded up, and nobody cared when they came for the illegals. Nobody stood up because I wasn't illegal. It's a totally different scenario. It's a totally different thing.
And this whole thing is orchestrated as well as most freaking psyops.
By the left.
They have networks, they have transportation, they feed them, they fuel them.
Casey Lynn Kemp checking in.
They outfit them with everything they need to disrupt.
Peace Trail sums it up. They are being paid to get involved.
And highly orchestrated and very coordinated and funded well.
Well, and don't forget, there's still that little matter of at least $25 billion of Minnesota fraud. I loved yesterday, little Timmy Waltz. Little Timmy said that Minnesota, he had sent a warning out. Minnesota is going to call up their National Guard. Now, you want to see a debacle. You let the school teachers and accountants and wannabe weekend warriors get involved. The Minnesota National Guard lining up against federal troops. It's absurdity. It is absolute absurdity.
Yeah. And the media is to blame, folks. The leftist media is to blame. They have brainwashed folks like Pretty and Good to think that they need to be involved in these operations. They've convinced them. They're reliving Germany of the 30s, and it's evident with all the stupid repeats of "they came for me and there was no one left to speak up for me" garbage.
Yeah,
because that's not what's happening. As we pointed out yesterday, over half of the people arrested illegally in this country from the first day of Trump's term till mid-October were already in jail in this country for another crime.
By the way, semantics, I ferreted out the semantics because there's always, you got Tim Waltz going, "We have given every incarcerated person of a foreign birth to ICE." And ICE says, "You're keeping people from us." So somewhere in there's the truth. Tim Waltz says, "We've given you the names of anybody foreign, illegal alien, any illegal alien who has been let out of a state prison." Now picture that. On any given day, that might be, in Minnesota, honestly, half a dozen people being let out of prison, not jail, prison. Half a dozen maybe, and the ones that are illegal, I do believe Timmy Waltz has turned over to ICE. But what about our county jails? See, we got 450 people right now in the Victoria County Jail. If half of them are illegal, let's just say, and if half of them have been convicted of a crime, either here or in a foreign country, I want ICE to know. And Waltz is saying, "I'm not giving you anything from our local jails." Well, there's 10 times as many people in the local jails as there are in the prison.
Yeah.
It's just, It's semantics. He says, I'm cooperating. And ICE says, no, you're not.
77% of those arrested were already in local jails or other lockups.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not.
But the idea, even if you
Here
don't
for a better
like
life.
even if you think they're all just here for a better life, which is because it's easier to rape and get away with it here. But even if you don't buy that, even if you think that the way to be is for these people just to live and let live, that's fine. That still doesn't give you the right, nor certainly the responsibility to inject yourself into an active police action.
Yeah.
That makes you an idiot.
If you're not following Kevin Bass on Twitter, you should. This is a guy that was kicked out of Texas Tech during the COVID for telling the truth, and he does a really good job. He went through the data, analyzing public databases and media reporting on violent confrontations with ICE over the past year. This is what he found. 9 counties accounted for 2/3 of all the violent confrontations with ICE in this country.
Really?
This is twice all violent confrontations in the remaining 3,134 counties combined.
That's where the left has put their money.
And all of these confrontations in these 9 counties are all in Democrat cities,
of course,
that have said that they are sanctuary cities.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know that's coming. We're a sanctuary. Live and let live. Peace. Flower child.
A violent confrontation in these 9 counties was 590 times more likely to occur than in any other of the 3,100 counties in this country.
Yeah. What a deal.
Now, coordinated, it's organized.
It is coordinated and organized. It's absolutely a tool of the left. You can't say, look what Republicans are doing. It's just not the case. And I'm telling you, you're on the slope towards a civil war, and if you're on the side of the left, you're just going to get your ass beat.
You're telling me this isn't an insurgency? If January 6th was an insurrection, this is an insurrection, folks. The list of folks telling you to stand up and fight back against ICE.
We'll read that in a few minutes. Yeah. You won't believe Donald Trump said, and now I'm sure you're going to march down to the Capitol and peacefully let them know your displeasure. That was Donald Trump. Dun, 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 dun. Code speak, inciting an insurrection, a mere attack on democracy.
I'm going to read you a paragraph before we go to break here.
Okay,
from the president.
You do that.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous. That's why over the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up 80%, and that's why we're going to keep focusing enforcement resources on actual threats to our security. Felons, not families. Criminals, not children. Gang members, not a mom who's working hard to provide for her kids. We'll prioritize just like law enforcement does every day. Guess who said that?
Barack Obama.
Yeah, darn right he did.
I read it. Barack Obama said that. And Barack Obama, you know what he did also further, either in that speech or at another time? He blamed George W. Bush for the problem. So they keep kicking the can down the road.
And I'll blame Reagan for giving amnesty because that's the false promise that every single immigrant since then, illegal, alien, has come here because it happened once. They're banking on it happening again.
Yep. Hey, let's take a quick break and usher our guest in, folks. Brand us. Commander Cody can help you. I'm sure she's got to get to the VEDC meeting is one reason she's here so early, because she's la-ti-da. Brand us. It's going to be great. Super duper. We have lots of things working. It's going to be great. There you have it, the VEDC meeting. Brand us for all your internet needs, for all your Facebook monetizing needs. I mean, I can go on and on with the things that Commander Cody can do for you. Call Cody Bauman. Check him in, Bauman, whatever. Bowel Man, whatever you want to call him. I don't care.
Brand us.
I don't know if you have anything there. Call Cody and let him help you with your next project. He can just do it. Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. Palace can help you Have a good time, win money, and support 7 local
and eat
charities.
good food.
They can do. Oh yeah, the L&L Grill is awesome. Get in there. USA Concrete Coatings. Might be a little cold to mess with your concrete today, but in general, they do a great job. 578 Home. Let them come out and help you square up a driveway, float it back up to where it should be, and seal the cracks. They do all kinds of things. If it involves concrete, call USA Concrete Coatings. Veracruz Restaurant, it's pre-Caldo Wednesday, Tuesday. So get in today and enjoy everything but caldo.
That's it.
That's it. They have a beautiful like black bean soup that's just, it's not for the faint of heart. It is spicy. It's very, very good for you. You'll like it. Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Allen's your go-to tow-to. Let Allen help you get from here to there. So we're joined now. I like that camera angle. There you go. There's your public over there. Do you have a microphone for Ms. Nelson?
Yes, there it is.
We're joined by our friend, our sponsor, but my employer on several levels, who will get no preferential treatment. Good morning, BJ Nelson. How are you, friend?
Awake and vertical.
There you go. You are going to the VEDC meeting this morning, aren't you?
Yeah, Mr. Nelson, I'm getting some feedback.
Get that microphone up a little higher, too, if you don't mind. There
Just
we go.
grab it.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there you
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Nelson
You
was.
getting echo in there?
I'm sorry.
Were you getting echo in
Yeah.
those headphones?
Yeah.
Why would that be, Ash?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Oh, the check cleared, right?
Oh, yeah, your check cleared for sure. It always does.
Yeah, he said we have safety meeting at 6, and then he said he was heading over to VDC. So I said, well, I'm just going to be a couple blocks away from you. I have to tell you, when I was at Bill's and we saw the picture of you guys, I thought y'all were going sitting in a deer blind or something.
Feels like it this morning.
You've already done Bill Posey's show this morning?
Yeah.
I find it interesting that you do, like, 'cause it's not necessarily convenient, right? You're over there across town, then you come here
Across town.
But it's interesting how she works her way up the dial. Like after this, she'll go back and see Ralph Salazar. It's like you can come to us anytime you want. It doesn't have to be like right after the Bill Posey show.
Then I'd have to get up 2 mornings. Let's just
That's fair.
knock it all out.
That's fair. What's going on? You had some things you wanted to share, and we want to hear them.
Yeah, I'm still getting echo. I'm going to take that
All
off.
right.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Micah Patton, our fearless president of our VISD school board,
Fantastic job he's
he's
doing.
knocking it out of the park.
All of y'all.
He, a couple weeks ago, said, hey, why don't we do a town hall to talk about the proposed bond?
That's a great buzz phrase. Everybody likes a town hall.
Yeah, so it's very folksy,
Yeah.
I feel. So
Are we having covered dish?
that would be a good
Like
idea.
a green bean casserole?
Well, I asked if the bar was going to be open, and they said no. So
I'm sure you did. What's
Margarita machine.
What's your go-to on the covered dish?
cheesy rice with jalapenos.
Nice.
Yeah, if we ever got invited over to the Carters, that's probably what we would bring.
Yeah. Well, now that I know that, are you kidding me? You're in. You are in.
So anyway, so he had this great idea because they've been working on the. I actually have not been on the bond action committee, but there were like 40 plus people on it, and they've been working since what month is January? It's like June or something, I think.
7 months.
Yeah, really great group. They're all online if you ever want to go back and watch them. So they decided that since it probably is going to be on our regular board meeting in February to vote on the bond, we need to get this out and have as many opportunities for people to hear about it and come ask questions. Be as we are transparent. It's like it's all for the students. So I think the thing that put a bunch of the bond action committee people over the edge to realize this was something that needed to be done is they took them on tours of the schools in a school bus. Who knew?
Right.
And so
Not this morning. Too
yeah.
cold.
Oh Lord, no. So anyway, they saw the chillers that were defunct. They saw the porta potties at some schools that we're having to use because the plumbing isn't working. They saw the old buildings. They saw that. My philosophy is the things that my kids and your kids were able to have now, because my kids just graduated, or the last couple of years, was the people voted on years ago.
Right.
Their kids may have never gotten to experience that stuff, but they made the commitment to pay the extra money, on their taxes.
Sure.
And so our children were the recipients of that. It's now our turn to pass that on.
Absolutely.
That's
It's
how
commitment
America
to
works.
community. It's a
It's a
commitment to
community.
community.
So, you saying Scott Nelson's at VDC. We're committed to building business in this community, to making things better here. And so that's what the school, strong schools, strong communities.
Amen.
So Micah, wonderful Micah, asked Super Sheila if we could do this. And so tomorrow night, Tomorrow night.
Where?
Fine Arts Center.
Oh, that's the big one.
The big one from 6 to 7:30.
Built with the last big bond.
Built with the last big bond 15 years ago.
Yeah, isn't that
You know,
something?
the new schools and facilities.
Tomorrow, the 20th time it's been used.
Yeah. Stop. So tomorrow night, after you get off work or whatever, come by. I'm sure admin people will be out there to answer questions. Super Sheila, and then she's going to do an amazing presentation, and she's so clear and concise.
Yeah.
She doesn't put a lot of fluff.
No,
she
she's a
gives you
great
the facts. Well,
communicator.
who was that? Who was that guy? Always say facts, just the facts, ma'am. That's what she is, and she's
That was on
Dragnet?
Dragnet.
yeah. So
Copper
she will give the
clappers.
facts. You'll be able to ask. It'll be a regular meeting. There'll be some community involvement, and then also in the body of the meeting, I'm pretty sure it's going to be where you can come ask questions and different things. But hopefully, she'll answer a lot of the questions in the body of the meeting. So we just encourage people to come out because it's sort of like voting. If you don't vote, you can't complain.
Well, and what is the bond proposal? What's the total price tag on this one?
$238 million.
Thank you.
Give or take. Yeah, I intentionally did not bring any paperwork because I don't want people to get all the information right now. I want them to get the information to come to the meeting. And I know it's cold and all that.
Wait, is school on today?
Yes.
Isn't that
Yeah.
funny? School couldn't go yesterday because we anticipated it being cold. It's
colder
today, but it'll be fine. Let's go.
Well, we
Okay.
anticipated ice. That was the thing.
Ice. Okay.
Because the rain forecasts were supposed to be plentiful and hanging around, and it didn't materialize.
Board members don't vote on that. That's an admin issue.
Absolutely. No. There's always a way to avoid that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you're not accountable for that.
Right. No.
Now, if you're unhappy with that, you can, call me and say, why didn't my kids go to school on Monday? And then I can pass that on to
Amen.
admin and say, hey, I got some people. Okay, anybody asking questions or anything?
Amen.
So we would really encourage a lot of people to show up tomorrow night. Also, it is going to be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be streamed. If it's not streamed, I know it's going to be recorded. So you can watch it later when you're.
Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, at the FAC, the Fine Arts Center, and the time is
6 to 7:30.
6 to 7:30.
Now-
Super Sheila, bring your own bottle.
And then afterwards, go out, to Veracruz or
Sure.
patron other businesses.
Get you some caldo after
Exactly. So.
Oh, yeah, because tomorrow is called on Wednesday. Perfect.
But she
I-
said sometimes they run out of it by lunchtime.
that.
a lot of times they do, but they'll make
Yeah.
some more.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I will say this. I think the last time there was such a similar deal at the Fine Arts Center, I think Bill Posey was the only one that showed up.
That sounds sad.
It is sad. No, it's tremendously sad.
And especially if you are registered to vote, let me say this. You need to have the facts because if you're over 65, it's not going to really impact you. Because they passed that was $160,000
Exemption.
Thank you, and so it won't impact you as I don't want to say never because I'm not a tax person,
Right.
But,
No, I'm with
consult your CPA or
We just
attorney.
pay 'em.
Yeah. But that would be a great question. If I'm 72, how is this going to impact my taxes? I don't want to answer that question right here. I want you to come and ask that question to people that are smarter
The fact
than me.
We're
is,
visiting with BJ Nelson, VISD board member.
absolutely, and a great friend of the program. The thing that we run into a lot, and I think about my dear friend Caleb Shaw, and
Yes.
Caleb, I hope you're doing great. Is
Hey, Caleb.
all taxation is theft, and it's just one more nickel. But the reality is, it's not something that the average Victorian is going to notice. I mean, I'll give you an example. I went the other day. I was at one chain convenience store, and I paid $2.89 for super unleaded.
Because you have a fancy car, so I get the
It
cheapo.
needs it. It's called Thirsty. And like 2 days later, I took Dawn's car to buy the same fuel, and it was like $3.03.
Wow.
Well, it was because I just peruse. It was noticeably more expensive, but it was $50 for this and $53 for that. And I'm not being flippant with anybody's tax money. That was a lot bigger difference than what we're talking about with the bond. If you're paying, $1,000 a year for taxes, now it's going to be $1,020. Just take a deep breath and keep our school buildings functional. I like to, so here's the deal. We respect people, we recognize effort, and we reward performance. Those are the 3 R's. I think that with this current school board and with the hardworking people in VISD, whether that be teachers, principals, Super Sheila has leaned out the staff. She walks into
Right
a room.
size.
Amen. She walks into a room and finds a way to save money. She just does. And at the end of the day, I think we're now at the point where we can reward performance. I have no problem supporting this bond because we make a commitment as a community to help to have public schools. And we might as well give them what they
strong
need.
schools, strong communities.
Ricky King says, BJ, you're doing a great job.
I think
Kathleen
you are.
Leininger says, I appreciate the work BJ does in Victoria. There you
Yeah.
go. They're recognizing
Oh,
your efforts,
Kathleen.
BJ.
Yeah, no, that's great.
It's not about me though. It's corporately. What are we doing as a group? What are we doing to push the ball down the road?
It's not about BJ, but at the same time, she did self-appoint herself homecoming queen of the school board ball. Yeah, no, I'm with you.
When's that?
Right?
She hasn't set the date yet.
She's a Baylor gal. There will be punch.
She's checking her calendar.
Unbelievable. Hey, how about this? Catered by George's. You get a chicken fried steak and a
Oh
big
my God,
O.
we went to George's. It is not the little hole in the wall that it used to be. It's like wait for 2.5 hours to get a table.
But it's still the same
Take an Uber.
frozen pre-breaded cutlet that you were so glad to have in college, and now you're like, I'm not eating.
Because you didn't
here.
get that.
They had food.
Yeah. Wow. They have what they serve there is the bowl.
Big O.
They call it a big O, and it's that big carnival glass pedestal beer that holds 48 ounces. Like you would put like the family size shrimp cocktail in it.
I don't know how they kept glasses because we all took them home.
Sure, everybody had one. That's how a Baylor kid showed. Look, I had a beer. Aggies dunk their rings, and and Baylor kids have a big O glass.
Yeah. So, does anybody have any
Fantastic.
questions?
Yeah, if you have a question, you can always call us at 894-4020. If you just flat out hate this idea of a bond, fine, call us. Let's discuss it. 361-894-4020.
Another thing we talked about over at Bill's show was voting registrar. Make sure you're registered to vote, because I hate it when people say, "Oh, there was an election," and they don't. He just kind of passes them by.
Right.
I had somebody call me this weekend and say, "How do you become a registrar?" So that you can actually sign people up. You remember years ago when y'all were way over there and we had
Yep.
a little voter registration.
You
on
were
that
a
intent?
registrar that day.
I was a registrar.
You
Yeah,
did
we had
great.
people come by. That was fun. I was like, maybe we should do that again. We could, of course, people would have to come up these stairs.
Not today. It's too cold.
Mark
Oh.
Kurtz says, I went to George's in the early 80s. I did too, and the 90s and the 2000s.
But make sure you're registered to vote.
And you can do that. Where would you go in town? Just down to the Patty Dodson
Found
somewhere?
to Patty Dodson. One of the things I know that y'all promoted Christians Engaged. One of the big things with Christians Engaged is getting people to vote and encouraging churches to actually have their own voter registration drive.
What's the latest with Bunny? I know you talked to Bunny Pounds.
she's amazing.
She is amazing. What's going on with her?
Kicking off, America Reads the Bible. I listened to a podcast yesterday with her, and I think she's got about 460 people now reading the Bible, April 20th or 18th through 24th, I think.
Very interesting.
Yeah, Scott and I are going out for just 2 days. and we're gonna go see it and see the Museum of the Bible. And I've sent it to a couple people. I mean, I think the hotel's all booked because I had to book the hotel way back when, but there are other hotels in DC.
In DC,
yeah. But it's and Congressman Cloud is one of the readers. He's going to be doing that. So.
I told him I hope he gets stuck over in Deuteronomy or Numbers,
Leviticus,
reading the begats.
Or all
and he begats Ishmael. That's what I want him to do.
But it's going great. I think she's really kicking into gear and just.
You need to do it this week because Kathleen Leininger says the last day to register is February 1st, and that is.
Now, is that for the March election?
I think that's for the March the primaries. Yeah, because this is in May, correct? The bond will be on the May ballot.
If it right now it's not. The Advocate wrote an article a couple weeks ago saying that we had passed.
And you haven't done that yet.
No. That's why we're having this town hall, because we want input from people who weren't on the Bond Action Committee or just want to hear more details,
right?
So they can make an educated decision. But anyhow, I know
fantastic. No. It's awesome. We wanted you to come in. We appreciate all you do. We like to have fun with you, but you do a lot. You are you're a giver, And have you rotated off of the Chamber of Commerce?
I'm still on, but I'm not the president anymore.
Past president.
Past president. Yeah. Actually, our annual banquet is Thursday, and Glenn Hager is speaking. I'm sure there's still seats if you want to come. I think the tickets are $75 or something. But yeah, just look up Victoria Chamber of Commerce and give him a call if you want to come hear him.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because I know he's going to talk about A&M Victoria. He's been multiple times. Yeah. Because this is the 12th campus. So
Glenn Hager just fell into a pot of jam. I mean, here was a guy that was on the fast track, I think, and this is going somewhere. He was on the fast track to be a gubernatorial candidate.
Yeah.
And the Aggies came in and just wallet whipped him and said, "Why don't you just come be our chancellor?" And he went, "Whoop, I'm in."
Well, I think the fact that Governor Abbott decided to stick around for another term or two probably forced that decision.
What do you think that pays?
Chancellor? Yeah. Oh, it's easy 7 figures. I would say he makes $1 million a year easy. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Not to mention, you're the chancellor. You think he buys food when he goes anywhere?
Airline tickets.
Some Aggie pays for him to do everything. I do think, and where this was going for you folks at home is tomorrow we're going to have Allison Fox live, zoomed in she's trying to become elected to the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals. And she has a lot of experience in that court. So we're going to get to actually share some time with her.
Where's she from?
She lives she's from Houston, isn't she?
Yeah, don't get me.
Yoakum. Yeah. And she's one of us. And then the other thing, Weimer.
Sweet home.
Right, sweet home. My hair. The other thing is we're going to have a conversation with Aaron Reitz, who currently works for Ken Paxton in the Attorney General's office.
Oh, he came here one time and spoke at our GOP meeting.
Right, and he's going to be...
She's from Taylor.
She's from Taylor, outside of Austin, up by Hutto.
Oh, wait, it's a guy or girl?
No,
Allison is from Taylor.
Oh, okay, but Aaron is a boy.
Who is on first? Anyway, this Aaron Reitz is running against. I knew something was up when I saw MAGA Mays Middleton. MAGA Mays. He's Donald Trump's guy. MAGA Mays.
I heard that yesterday after you said it.
That guy's so full of crap. So I did a little research on that. MAGA Mays. MAGA Mays. I'm like, you're such a garbage speaker. So I did some research on that guy. And I don't know if I'm voting for Aaron Reitz or not, and we don't endorse candidates, but I'm not voting for MAGA Mays. That guy is.
Wait, he's running for what now?
He's running for Attorney General. So here's
against like Chip Roy and
Chip Roy has become kind of a protagonist. He's kind of out there. Nobody's as Republican as me. Mm-hmm. He's like Brian Harrison is in the Texas House, kind of a nut job. I mean, Brian Harrison's the only member who voted against A&M Victoria. He's the only guy because he's an idiot. I mean, he's like
an Aggie.
Yeah, but he's an Aggie, but he's got to say, there's tax dollars involved. It can't be a good idea. That's who he is.
Oh.
And that's who Chip Roy has become, to the point that Donald Trump has endorsed MAGA.
I heard that yesterday.
But I usually don't go against the president, and it's usually not a good thing to do. But I'll tell you, I don't want to be deported. I think I'm Dutch and Irish. Please don't send me back to Ireland. But this Middleton guy has never practiced. He happens to have a JD. He was a rich kid, and he went to Texas law school. And you know, he's just kind of going through life. I think his long game is to get elected to a statewide office, such as Attorney General.
Because when they're senators or representatives, what do they make? $600 a month?
That's it. So he'll run for Attorney General and get his name out, much like a young Greg Abbott did as Attorney General, and then that will position him to run for governor.
Much as a John Cornyn did when he was our Attorney General.
That's his ploy.
Well, Mace Middleton, he looks really young.
He's like in his early 40s.
Well, you've been to Austin for Senate hearings and different things. Yeah, I went to a bunch of the education hearings, a couple of years ago, and he was up there speaking quite often.
Well, he's a sharp guy, and he may be a very effective senator, but you don't have to look very hard to see what his motivation is. He's not a practicing attorney.
Oh, really?
He's just a guy with a law degree. And I personally, I don't think that he's qualified to be Attorney General, but he may be qualified to be governor, and I think that's what he's going for at some point.
Jennifer Rayburn says in Texas, the AG is like a county judge. You don't have to practice law or even be a trained attorney to serve in that capacity.
If you got
You just
Cody and Jennifer Rayburn, y'all could rule the world.
Yeah, we do have both. Yes, there's no doubt. But
so what
does
Jennifer's
help.
saying is you or I could run for Attorney General.
Yeah, well, and probably not you because you're Canadian. Ms. Nelson, thank you so much.
Can
you,
I throw
if
in
you want to
some-
be slick, yes, you can.
Okay.
Put us back up where we need to be with that.
Okay. Oh, with that.
Yeah, I'm with
no,
you.
I just wanted to promote something for our ad. Can I do our ad?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cut me
you
up.
do your. Oh, you want to do? Do you need this? Here, let me
No, I got it.
No, I want you to have it.
No, what I want to.
She laminated it. It's
No,
laminated.
Doug laminated it.
And Doug.
And Doug. Anyway, the campaign's going really great, and every Friday we post on our website.
Who's winning? It's all about
I
winners.
think it's like Mission. It kind of vacillates. I think there was like Mission Valley.
We don't
Quail
use words
Creek.
like that.
What?
This is a family show.
Okay.
Right over
Pretty
the top.
much.
Went right over the top.
Not
Yeah.
mine, nope.
Have another beer.
Our audience is educated locally. They don't get words that big.
Right.
So Quail Creek, I think Mission Valley, Nursery, Seadrift. But we need the Kennedy people. We need the Palacios people.
Karn
City. We need all those people. But if you are a current customer, because sometimes I think the details get lost in translation. If you are a current customer, please call in and, make our phones ring off the wall. I mean, they're pretty busy anyway.
550-1826.
Last time I checked. And sign up for a 3-year service agreement. And we will donate $100 to your volunteer fire department.
And guarantee your rate for the next 2 years.
Yeah. So anyway, we need more of the 3-year current customers, because I think a lot of people just think, oh, it's just for the new customers. But no, we wanted something for our current customers and be able to donate to our volunteer fire departments. There, I'm
There
done.
you go. Thanks for all you do. We're going to shift. Can you get me to where I can do that? Because I can't do that.
Can I move away?
No, not yet. You have to stay there. We're very slick in our
I'm going to
transition.
go meet Mr.
You should be
Nelson at
ready to go.
VDC. So.
You gotta hit that button.
Do you have a clock?
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Or maybe I'll
BJ?
go to Vita Cafe.
Yeah, you could go to Vita Cafe. Hey, thanks for coming in. Folks, speaking of Vita Cafe,
Thanks,
BJ,
BJ.
thank you, ma'am. It's BJ Nelson, school board member today. She wears many hats. She does a great job. Vita Cafe and Par Vita Wellness. Get into Vita Cafe and get healthy. Eclectic, fun menu. The Vita Cafe is great fare. You will like it. No kidding. Go. I want to share with you that the Sports Advocate, thesportsadvocate.com. Go check out Mike Foreman's work. Great writer, great guy. Thesportsadvocate.com. $9.99 a month, $100 for the year. We really want you to help this guy. We do. He wrote for the local paper for over 40 years. Was dismissed with a phone call for no reason, for no cost. We just don't have the money. We don't need you anymore. We're going a different direction. We're going in no discernible direction.
Yeah.
And as that second oldest newspaper in Texas spirals counterclockwise down the toilet. Mike Foreman is no longer there. Go to thesportsadvocate.com and buy his work. Went Services, Went for all your electric generator needs. Went can help you whether you need a plug, ballast for a light, want to rewire something, want to add on to a building, or if you need a Generac American-made generator with turnkey installation, reach out to Went Services.
Sweated it out this winter storm, but you don't want to sweat it out for hurricane season. Call Went today.
Absolutely. And here where we are, the offices at 205, John Paul Hull and Mr. Geets have created a beautiful environment, old school, transom windows, beautiful place. Come in, high ceilings, hardwood floors, classic architecture, in one of the most beautiful buildings in Victoria. It can be your office for minimal funds.
Yep.
Come to the offices at 205.
And Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and the chopping block has you covered. They've got a $100 package that includes a sweetheart ribeye. That's big enough to feed two. It's basically two ribeyes shaped like a heart.
That's cute.
Isn't it, though? Looks good looking ribeye.
It is good looking.
You get a bundle of bacon wrapped asparagus, 2 sweet potatoes or baking potatoes, and 4 chocolate covered strawberries or petite fours, and that's all for $100. You got to do the cooking, but that's a great deal on the ribeye and everything else. And if you really want to go big time, they've got prime tomahawk ribeyes for $24.99 a pound.
Nobody cooks a steak as good as you do it. Serve it up on your new table from Chesnick Furniture. Chesnick and Love make your house a home. Get in and see why you just always do better at Chesnick. Chesnick can help you and your family enjoy every meal with beautiful American-made furniture. Now, we've talked about Atzenoffer and Atzenoffer.com. Commander Cody's trying to get his Hummer in to let them do some warranty work. That's what Atzenoffer can do for you. Now, Jennifer Rayburn said, is the AG position
Question.
sort of like a county judge that doesn't have to practice law or even be a trained attorney? I do not know that. I know that Mr. Middleton is a trained attorney.
There you go.
He does not even have to have a law degree to serve. It's a constitutional officer.
You better hire some good people around you if you want to start challenging legal decisions.
Ken Paxton's a tough act to follow.
I think so too. I think he's done a great job.
Great job for
Attorney
Texas.
General. I do. What do you make of some of the developments in Minnesota last night? President Trump sending Tom Homan to the border.
Tom Homan, who has served under numerous presidents, including Joe Biden, Barack Obama. I mean, he's been there for years. He's certainly qualified. He isn't doing anything different or other than he's always done. It's just that the left is forcing the issue through confrontation. I don't know what to do with that.
Apparently, Walz called Trump yesterday to ask that they work together on solving the problem. I've heard some of the compromises or agreements include Walz turning over those who are in jail.
Yeah, he should.
Violent illegal immigrants.
Why wouldn't you?
To ICE.
Why wouldn't you? If you had a guy in your local jail, if he was right here in the Victoria jail, convicted of rape in Guatemala, and he's not an American citizen.
Convicted of rape here. Why else would he be in the jail?
Well, he may have done something else here,
True.
but he's in jail, awaiting trial on a traffic violation. But we find out that he's convicted of rape in Guatemala, and he's an illegal alien. Do you have a problem with our jail turning that individual over to ICE? If you do, I'd love to know why. I mean, I want to understand why. Why would you be offended if a convicted criminal who is also here illegally were turned over prior to his arraignment on the traffic violation? It's almost like I pulled you over because your tail light is out, but when I walked up to the car, I found 5 tons of heroin in your trunk. The trunk popped open. The bungee cord broke. Am I going to arrest you for the tail light, or am I going to arrest you for the heroin? I don't understand why this is such a struggle for the left. I really don't understand.
I don't either.
And it's why I say often that the left hates America. The left loves chaos. The left lives for, intrusion into the rule of law.
They don't hate America. They love America only if it's their version of America
Right.
that they can present and they can govern over. That's the America they love. So you're right. They do hate America. They hate America.
They hate constitutional America.
They do hate constitutional America. They want this country to be a pigsty trough of money going out to everybody but Americans. They're more angry at ICE going in and getting people out of this country who have broken our laws, not just the first time to get here, but since they've been here.
Yeah.
Because again, I have not seen anything where ICE isn't going after people who they have a warrant for.
No. Now, you may not like the warrant, but it's a legal warrant. The guy's just doing his job. Confronting that individual. It's not like the Trump administration has said, hey, every chance you get, shoot that person that confronts you. I guarantee you Donald Trump has been on the phone with somebody and said, can we just go one day without shooting somebody? Don't you think? He's probably said, hey, we could be a lot more effective if we weren't killing people. I don't think people have a realistic understanding of how many people are in this country illegally. Go to Houston, and from the time you get to about Richmond, Rosenberg, until the time you get to like Baytown, everybody you pass on both sides of you, all the way to the Woodlands and all the way to Galveston, just multiply that times 4. And that's roughly what both sides agree came into this country in large part during the Biden administration. 20 million people. And it's been established, Ash, that over half of them have some type of criminal record. The other half...
I mean, if 77% of over 100,000 who have been arrested or taken out of our local jails isn't a large enough sample size to extrapolate that, well then...
77%.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, the majority of them are sitting in our jails because they have committed crimes while here.
Absolutely.
Not just getting into this country illegally.
Absolutely.
I'm convinced when it all shakes out, Tim Walz will have cut a deal some point yesterday on this phone call to avoid any sort of responsibility for the fraud in Minneapolis or any responsibility of his role in the insurrection going on in Minnesota. Because what was it earlier this week? He was just telling people to get to stop ICE, to protest them, to get in their face, basically all the same crap Maxine Waters and all them were saying the first term of Donald Trump.
Mr. Gonzalez, thank you, sir. Ernesto Gonzalez says, y'all's hour goes by way too fast. Man, I appreciate that. Yeah. And John Anderson asks, is the Went advertisement in the back of your show related to Dr. Went of Victoria? Yes, it is.
Related to, yes.
Yes. Carl Went was Dr. Went's, or is Dr. Went's son. Yeah. Absolutely. I don't know. I don't hate Tim Walz enough to say that he's like the mastermind behind all the fraud in Minnesota. I'm not saying that about him.
No, he turned a blind eye when he was made aware of it years ago.
Absolutely. And there's no doubt that he's complicit. He was at the very best, he was apathetic and trusted other people to manage that situation. At the very best, that's the best he can hope for. Wow, were they on it?
I don't know if they were on it, but they were a plane. For those of you in the area, you'll know Arnold and Itkin, huge
Arnold and
law
Itkin,
firm,
big law firm in Houston and Austin, and also if you look at the jumbotron at the end of DKR Memorial Stadium, it says Arnold and Itkin. All 6 people aboard a private jet were killed in Maine on Sunday when the aircraft flipped upside down and crashed during takeoff in heavy snow. With chilling audio capturing someone saying, "Let there be light," moments before the tragedy.
Yeah, nobody's been identified yet, but the plane was registered to that law firm, Arnold and Itkin.
Kurt Arnold and Jason Itkin The firm's owners are mega donors to Texas Longhorns football, pledging a combined $40 million to the college program.
According to the New York Post.
Yeah, it's so I don't know if Arnold and Ipken were on that plane or not. I know where to reach out and find out. I'll do it as we speak.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Haven't found out yet. Nobody from the incident was transported to the hospital. Everybody on the flight presumed to be deceased. Not much left of that plane. Landing gear and a little bit of fuselage as the landing gear is pointing straight up into the air. Just for the next time we have a winter storm out of Frisco. This is a sad story. A 16-year-old girl killed on Sunday. Her and a friend are reportedly being pulled by a Jeep down an ice or a snow-covered street on a sled. Don't know exactly what happened, but the sled ended up hitting a curb and then hit a tree and killed one and injured another, critically injuring another.
That's terrible.
We used to do that all the time. We used to call it bumper pulling.
Poteet ISD. District officials faced backlash for not closing schools yesterday. Be ready for the absences, unfortunately, said a commenter on social media. To me, that's not news. It's a parent's decision. If you're worried about your child getting to school on potentially icy roads, keep your kid home. Lord knows we've got kids in our pass them all mentality. You can miss a couple of days of school. Nobody's going to keep you from graduating. Andrew Alvarez asked, how about Donald Trump tell all illegals that if they vote Republican, they'll be granted citizenship? Let's see how quick the Dems get them out then. Absolutely.
I tell you what would have probably got the protesters off the streets of Minneapolis would have been the use of water cannons in those temperatures.
Wouldn't that be something? It's out there. It's like -6. Just douse them down with some warm water. Just trying to help out. People help differently. Keep them warm. That would do it.
Let's see. Federal judge yesterday hearing arguments from the state of Minnesota calling for an emergency block of the Trump administration's deployment of thousands of federal immigrants or immigration agents to that city. Not sure that that'll happen because of
the phone.
Right there, I think.
See if it works.
Yep.
That's what I wanted to see. See, I guess not. If you're on the right one, we're trying to see if our equipment's working. That's if you're on the right plug, because we're going to need it tomorrow. Interesting.
Not if they call in.
Not working. Maybe it's not on the.
You got the little button on the side. Yeah.
Do you see it? Yeah. We're just testing equipment here. Test. Okay, not a big deal if it doesn't work. We're just trying to check it out. I'm just watching Ash go. He's very, very efficient, very good. I got static with that. Not a big deal. Okay. We won't need that tomorrow, will we? We're trying our best to make certain that tomorrow is going to be a big day. Allison Fox checking in via Zoom, following Aaron Reitz, who's a candidate for Attorney General. So we're very excited to have those folks in with us tomorrow. Don't sweat it. Don't beat yourself up. Come back and let's talk about something important. By the way, I find it interesting that China is cozying up to England, not because of anything other than...
And Canada.
Yeah, I just don't think they're very happy with the U.S. The funny thing is, the silly Chinese, they can't replace their trade with the U.S. with England and Canada combined times 10. They can't do it. But I think it's more symbolic, Ash, than anything else, that they're trying to ostracize, keep America out on an island by ourselves. And that's fine. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. Michelle Hawkins says people complained about the Victoria Symphony Orchestra going through with the concert this weekend that we went to and felt they should have canceled for the safety of their patrons. The folks from the symphony had no problem getting to town this weekend for the show.
Yeah, Tommy Keeson says, I'm not for sure, but he thought he heard Tim Walz say he was going to bring in the National Guard. He did.
He did. Yep.
And then he said it. He said it with these are Minnesotans. These are your friends
They're
and
going to
neighbors.
follow his orders,
They're going to
basically.
follow his orders. So basically, he's going to use his private army to confront Donald Trump's quote-unquote private army. That won't go well for the National Guard. I think that the Army will look at them and go, just stand down, and they will. Or they'll have problems that won't be long-lasting.
Yeah. This is an interesting case. Jury selection beginning today in California in a case against Meta, TikTok, YouTube. A 19-year-old and her mom now suing the companies, alleging that their platforms were designed to be addictive and that because of their platforms and the addictive nature, the 19-year-old's mental health became a crisis when she began using social media at the age of 10. I call that bad parenting.
I don't disagree. It's bad parenting and it's passing the buck as a parent. But I don't discount that Meta, TikTok, and YouTube are designed to be addictive. I don't doubt that. I'm not sure that's not just great marketing, so I'm saying I'm not sure it should be illegal. It's something that parents should monitor. I don't know what you do with that. In other news, the child began using social media at 10. She's addicted at 19. But it makes perfect sense if she wants to be a boy, just to pump her full of testosterone and let her change her sex.
The mom is alleging that recommendation features suggested harmful body image content and led her to connect with predatory adults.
I sent you one yesterday.
There's mom not paying attention to what the daughter's doing on the internet, in my opinion. But
it's interesting that the left harps all the time about gender inequality and then shifts gears and says there really are no genders. That's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, what else is happening around the world? There you go. For people who are aging, if you're actually caring for your grandchild, it may protect against cognitive decline, according to a 6-year study of almost 3,000 grandparents. The study concluded that grandparents who provided child care scored higher on memory and verbal fluency tests. No wonder our grandparents all lived so long.
They also had a vocabulary of 8 words. Yeah. Craziness.
Oh, let's see what else.
Wait, go back. What is this? Bob's Discount Furniture. Anybody ever heard of it? Bob's
Never
Discount
have, no.
Furniture eyes up to roughly $2.5 billion valuation in its initial public offering. Organic kids snack maker once upon a farm.
It's Jennifer Garner's organic venture. I guess they are looking to go public. And that one could,
$764 million. That's better than making a Pelican brief.
yeah, like she needs more money.
No, but that's a good one.
Apparently the farm isn't as profitable as she thought it was going to be.
That's a lot of money. I bet her and Ben Affleck get back together once, Oh, man, I will tell you, it wasn't a tearjerker, but it was a proud moment. You get a chance to watch that Super Bowl ad of the horse and the bald eagle.
From Budweiser?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Budweiser's championing the fact that they've been around 150 years. And the premise is that a little eaglet, is that what you would call it?
Yes.
Falls out of a nest, and a colt, a very young Clydesdale, falls in, they become pals, and you see the little eaglet riding on the Clydesdale's back and all that, and then later in the commercial, the eagle soars off the back of a full-grown, and they're just amazingly gorgeous creatures.
Isn't this, and Freebird, I guess, is playing. I haven't seen the ad yet, but is this the point where Super Bowl ads have jumped the shark, so to speak, because now they're getting ahead of the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Because the ads for the last few years during the Super Bowl, except for maybe Budweiser's, have been kind of meh at best.
They all try to be so extreme, They all try to, I don't know. What do you make of, what's that person's name that's going to perform in the Super Bowl?
Bad Bunny?
Is that person interesting?
Not for our demographic, but
So what demographic does watch the Super Bowl? I would have thought that middle-aged, rich white guys would be who watch the Super Bowl by comparison.
I think the demo goes from 13 to 85, to be honest, for the
There
Super
you
Bowl.
go.
And, who influences purchases? 13 to 18-year-olds. That's why they go after that demographic.
That's why
because
Budweiser's
even
there.
though, I'm excited on that. Even though parents, 18 to and basically 25 to 55 is the prime money spending demo. The 13 to 18s are the one that influence the spending. Of the
Stephanie
parents.
Connie says that Bad Bunny is going to wear a dress. What's so funny about that is the crazy stuff. The first thing I thought of was like Alice Cooper, Ozzy Osbourne, Kiss,
Poison,
the
Motley Crue.
the in your face craziness that makes performers unique. It's tired, right? I mean, the guy that I've gotten to where I really like is Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll. Let's see. Yes, okay, so here's what I've heard. Tara Arnold was the wife of Kurt Arnold, was doing a girl trip. She and 2 of the firm's members were headed to Paris Fashion Week. 6 on board, including 3 crew, were all dead. So Kurt Arnold of Arnold and Itkin lost his wife. And no survivors with 3 crew. So,
And I think sometime this week, the VISD Foundation Board or Executive Director Aaron's going to be back with us to talk about the Roger
Yes.
Prager deal.
and they made a genius move. You'll remember we told you at the time that, man, Roger Krager's kind of a party band. Having him at the Fine Arts Center might be kind of defeating. And they've decided to move that to the proper venue at Club Westerner, and that will make it a party. I think if
Absolutely.
you haven't ever seen Roger Krager, or if you're a veteran and just enjoy their work, you should be there because they are fun. So, Jennifer Rayburn had something I'm not sure suitable for radio. Hey, I hope you guys have a great day. We love you, and we love our community. So be safe. Get by atzenhofer.com.
Be smart.
Be smart. Hey, don't confront officers in the middle of their work. That's smart. Live another day. Bye, folks.
Bye, folks.